Claire, an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. I'm here to give you ideas and inspiration for your papercraft projects, as well as help you love what you make. My videos are always easy to follow along to, and as a Stampin' Up demo, I mainly use their products. Mainly because I love them. I'll share with you lots of tips along the way. I'm going to help you get the best value from what you buy. If you're in the UK, you can shop with me at createtheottaway.co.uk, and by signing up for my newsletter you'll be kept up to date with all the latest offers and all my crafty goings on. So today's craft along is, well, there's a new catalogue, so there's absolutely full bursting of ideas and inspiration, not just new products. Some products have carried over, and that's a good thing as well, because otherwise it just becomes too expensive. But there's some beautiful new products as well, so we're going to play with one of those today, and we're just going to do an old idea. So this is Zany Zoo that we're going to use. If you follow me, watch me on Instagram or even on YouTube, I will have shown you quite a few different ways to use this. I love this set. I really like the different characters. I've used them in lots of different ways, including Christmas cards. I like that the designer series paper that you get, the dies exactly fit it as well, so you don't even have to buy the stamp set if stamping's not your thing. So we're going to use some of that. What are we actually going to make? So we're going to make one of these. So these are envelope mini albums. I've done these actually a year, 2 years, maybe even longer ago. And what you do is you make a load of envelopes, and they're perfect for 4x6 photos or your memory and more cards, and they will fit in there. So this one has got some designer series paper at the front and back. It's got a ribbon tie, and this one uses 8 envelopes, okay, and it just concertinas out. And then the little one is like this, and that uses the smaller memory and more cards. You can use them for journaling, or like a nanny's bragging book, or a mum's book, or a motivation little journal. You can use it for what you want, and again that's tied around with a ribbon. I really like the little one, and I was eager to use some of this beautiful paper. I want to get on and use my new stash, but before I do that I really need to use some of the old. And when I saw Zany Zoo, I thought this is just perfect paper for this. It's a bit jungly, a bit animal printy, and we'll use that. So what we need to do, I've got the sizes somewhere. There's not really too much that you need to make a mini album. Like I say, we're making this small one today. It's really easy to size up, and I'll talk to you about that as we go along. But you need a cover piece of card. So for mine, I've done a coordinating cover. So I've done it in shaded spruce, and you need it to be 7 inches by 4.5. So we're just going to cut that now. So 7 inches. Oh, it's getting a bit caught up there. 7 inches by 4.5. So I think mine is 4.5, so that's even better. And by 7 inches, let me move that out of the way a moment. So 7 inches, 4.5. It's hardly any card at all, is it? Okay, so then what we need to do is score on the long side at 3.25. So 3.25, make sure your scoring blade is the one that you're using and not your cutting blade, and 3 3/4. Okay. That doesn't look long enough to me, is it? Yeah, it is. So 3.25 and 3 3/4. Okay, so you end up with a little book type shape like that. I'm going to put that to one side for now. Then for your actual envelopes, I'm using a tool that Stampin' Up used to do that I use a lot. They don't unfortunately make it anymore, but it's an envelope punch board. So lots of people have got these in their stash. They're still available, just not from Stampin' Up. And it's got a really nifty envelope guide here. So I knew from my Memories and More cards, I've got an absolute stash of them, as I'm sure lots of you have. I knew that the cards were 4 by 3, okay, the size. So what I do is look down my card size, find it 4 by 3 or 3 by 4, might be 3 by 4, yeah. So it says that I need a piece of paper that's 6 by 6 and I need to score it at 2 5/8. So these are my 6 by 6 piece of paper. I'm going to turn it over so the scoring is on the back because this is my outside piece. So 6 by 6, 2 5/8. There's a handy measure along there, 2 5/8, and you punch down, and then it's got a really nifty little scoring tool that you just use along there. So you don't do any more measurements. Once you've measured once, you've got your line, and you rotate it, and this little tail one here, you make sure that that lines up with your score line, and you punch again, and then you score again, and then you rotate it again, and you do that on all 4 sides. So you punch and score, and you can already see the envelope is coming, and then the last one is there. And if you just, before you punch it, just have a look to make sure that this is lined up here, so you can see that the score line is going to go along there, and you just punch that the same. And then at the top it's got this little corner rounder, which is quite handy for other things, not just for envelopes. And then those bits get moved out the way. Okay, and then I'm just going to make this into the last envelope. So you need 6 of these, 6 little envelopes like this. So I'm just going to glue those 2 edges. Now I like mine to have a bit of movement in them, so I don't fold them too flat, if that makes any sense. I don't press really, I don't do the score, what am I trying to say? I don't burnish them really flat. I just leave them with a bit of movement in them and bring that over, and I press it down, but I don't really slam it down because I want it to pop up a bit like that, so you can see that you can put something in it. So I'm just rubbing along the glue bits, and that is my envelope. So if I bring the other ones back in, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and before I do anything else, I want to make sure that they're all the same size, okay, or as near to the same size as I can get them. Okay, so they're looking good. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do, I'm going to do the first one, and it's going to be like this with the envelope lip on this side, okay? And then I'm going to put some glue on, and I'm going to bring that to there like that. So I'm only putting glue on this bit here, okay? So on the whole lip of the envelope, I put some glue, and then this one comes to meet it there. So that will fold around. That one is like that. And I just press that down. And if you turn it over, you can see it, but you can't as well because it's just the back side of that. Okay? And then I keep doing that the same. So this one is going to go on here. So it's a really simple make, but perfect for using your stash of paper up, and also perfect because you get to see both sides of the paper, which when you've got beautiful paper like Stampin' Up, you really want to do that. It gives you the best value for your money that you've spent. Okay, so So I'm doing that again. So we're on our 4th envelope now. You don't have to make the envelopes yourself. You could buy the envelopes if you've got a stash of envelopes already. You could just use those. If you've saved envelopes, just making sure that that's okay. And then, how many have we got? 4. We're going to be on our 5th one here. Yep, so that one's going to go there. 5th. Okay, I'll just make sure that that comes up and down okay. And then the very last one. Okay. Oops, that seems a lot bigger. Right, let's put that there. So that's going to go on there like that. I'm just going to make sure that that comes up the same as well. So then we need to fold it. So what we need is it to go like that, okay? So just like that. I don't know what way it is when. So you've got all the points going one way. You've got a pair here, a pair in the middle, and a pair at the end. Now this bit here you're not going to need, so we're going to turn that over and stick that right on the back of that envelope there, like so. So that it's all neat and tidy, okay. And then I'm going to bring in my folded cover, and that's going to sit in there. So I'm going to put some glue on here, just all over that bit. Now I'm sticking the front and back. Do I need to do the ribbon first? No, I don't think I do. Let's hope not anyway. So I'm not putting glue on the spine. I am just bringing that round so that it covers the front, okay? I'm just going to fold it back that way because I'm looking to make sure that that's central. So there's a bit of a border all the way round and my envelope is covered. Can you see? So there's a bit of shaded spruce all the way round. And then I'm going to do the same at the back as well. So again, I'm not putting anything on the spine. Really simple make and really lovely to give, especially if you fill it with photos. Family photos are always a good thing, and we have them on our phone and we never really do much with them. So it's really nice to share, especially for a family member who doesn't get to see anybody very much. That's a really nice thing to do as well. So there we have our little album. Now how do we keep it together and how do we put things in? So the memory and more cards just slot in like that. You can put 1 or 2 or 3 in each one. Just have a look through your stash and decide. They all fit in, they're all exactly the same size. Now to jazz up the front and the back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the zoo characters. So I need some of my memory and more cards, one for the front and one for the back. So that's quite nice, and in that it could be used for the back because it hasn't got anything on it, although the alphabet is coloured in there. That looks quite nice as well, but it doesn't really go with the inside. So I might use that for the back. This one, what's this one? Love everything about you. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? That might be quite nice because if it's full of family photos, that's a good one to use. What about this one? So this one says life is beautiful. It uses similar colours to what's in the inside, and actually there's enough room here for me to stamp something from the Zany Zoo. So I think I'm going to use that one. although that's quite nice with the jungle leaves. Let's have a look. That does go as well. Maybe I could use that on the back instead. Yes, that is what I would do. So let's have a look in here. So I wonder if I've got a green in my alcohol markers. That's shaded spruce. Let's have a look. So I've got shaded spruce here. So maybe if I over-coloured those leaves, they would match a little bit more, because they're quite light, those green. And then that would look really nice on the back. So can you see I'm literally just putting a bit of a hint of the shaded spruce on those leaves, so they're a bit more jungly looking. Okay, so I'm not going too mad. I always go quiet when I'm colouring. Maybe that's why it's such a good thing for mindfulness, because you have to concentrate, you can't talk. Well, I can't anyway. Okay, nearly there. They do actually stand out more when they're darker, don't they? So that's good. I'm glad I've done this. So you can adjust your memory and more cards to what you need them to be. I've got quite a few of them. I pick my favourites out, use them, and then the rest just get put on the shelf and dragged out very rarely. So I'm trying to use up the stash I've got, hence this. It's just a way of getting the best value for your money. Make sure that you're buying stuff that have got several uses rather than just one use. Of course, just as important actually is to buy stuff you love. So I don't know that I need to put the dark on, but let's have a look. No, I don't think that adds anything to it. I'll just do a couple more now because I don't want it to look like it doesn't tie in. And then you just can't stop yourself, you're doing them all. Okay, that will blend in on its own. I'm not going to overthink that. Okay, so that's that. So that's going to be on the back. That's going to go there. Okay, just as the end panel. And the front bit, oh, what was the front bit? Life is beautiful. Oh yes, I was going to stamp one of these characters on it. Okay, life is beautiful. Well, straight away I think of her because she is beautiful. And actually inside I've got one of these already from last time I done it. So that is really nice actually. God, that's handy. I might just use that. Should I put any of the others on there as well? Let's have a look. He's quite cute. Do you know what? I'm just going to leave it like that. Just going to leave it like that. Let's put her on some dimensionals. Where did I put those? Love it when that happens. Somewhere around here. Let me just have a look for those. Oh, that's a bit crazy, isn't it? I bet I took them back. Right, bear with me a minute. I'm just going to go and get some. Okay, out of sight. So let's put someone here because I think she's going to look really good raised up. I don't want to put too much embellishment on because I don't want it to come undone in my bag when I'm carrying it around. Did I take a sticky bit off? No. She's never going to stick then, is she? Right, that's on there. Okay, now before I put those on, I want to put some ribbon round so that I can tie this together. Now, I haven't got the exact same colour, but I have got this ombre ribbon, and I sort of think it goes. I mean, it does go actually. So I want some around there, and enough to tie. So about there. Oh. And I also cleared my scissors up, so I'm going to use these scissors. There. And to hold it in place, I'm going to use the dimensionals to hold it in place. So that's going to be there. Let's just put that there a minute. And that's going to stick over or stick on. I think to hold the ribbon in place, I might just stick that straight on. So let's put some Tombow glue on that. And then hopefully the ribbon won't get lost ever, because I can imagine that coming undone in my bag. So that's going to go about there, and that is just going to go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same with the back one. So that's the back one, isn't it? I feel like I need to stamp a sentiment on there. I'm going to think about that. So I'm going to glue it down now. Can't worry about that afterwards. Might actually put another character on the back. So there you go. That's going to go there. And then there we have, I'm just going to give that a little, make that a little bit looser so that it opens like so, and ties like that. Okay, so there we have it, a beautiful mini album made with envelopes, perfect for your memory and more cards or little photos or whatever you want it to be for. I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial today, and it's helped you use your stash that you've got and also spread it in with some new stuff that's come out. There's certainly some beautiful, beautiful stuff. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe and look out for my upcoming videos, and I will see you soon. Happy crafting!